Hello and welcome to Cutting Words. I'm Brad Thompson and today we're going to take a look at the magic items that are contained within the tome that is Bigby Presents Glory of the Giants. It's really named after a book or an item actually, this one, isn't it? It's just Book of Glory or something, I guess. Yeah, whatever. Anyway, in this book we got about 20 magic items. A nice little pennants on them at the back here. So we'll get this up and see what we got for new magic items options to consider putting in the game if you're a dungeon master or requesting or hoping for if you're a player. Alright, let's take a look. And so we'll basically finish up all the player options in this book. We covered in a video covering the one subclass, a path of the giant or the barbarian, and the 2 backgrounds and the 8 feats. And yeah, in previous videos. And also cover the magic items today. And that's it. We've done all the player options. We'll look at the other aspects of the book a little bit later. Get a chance to read it all. But for now, let's look at some magic items. Azure of Anam. Anam being the All-Father, head of the giant God Pantheon. So this is a weapon, a great axe. So some D12 damage there. An artifact, requires attunement. Massive Azure. This massive Azure is said to have been wielded by All-Father Anam. Not a weapon, but as a tool he used to shape the various worlds of the material plane eons ago. Okay, a very, very impressive weapon. Crafting tool. So it's got random properties. Azure has the following random properties, determined by rolling on the appropriate table in the Dungeon Master's Guide. So this is basically all artifacts have this. So you get 2 random minor beneficial properties, 1 major beneficial property, and 2 minor detrimental properties. You get there. You can randomly roll on, or as a Dungeon Master, pick what's appropriate for the item on the list of table there. See if there's some interesting ones there. Magic weapon. When a creature attunes to the artifact magically adjusts its size so that the creature can wield it as a great axe. Oh, thank goodness. Because they mentioned in this book that not all giant artifacts change size. So you might be stuck with this too big to use axe. The Azure is a magic weapon that grants a +3 bonus to attack and damage rolls made with it. On a hit, the Azure deals an additional 3d12 damage, force damage. Oh, so basically doing 4d12 damage. Plus strength, +3. Oh my goodness. Also deals double damage to objects and structures. Watch out, objects and structures, especially you're a siege monster now. It's pretty cool. Divine Mattock. As an action, you can call upon the might of the All-Father and use the Azure to cast Move Earth or Fabricate. Once this property is used, it can't be used again until next dawn. Well, that's a cute little feature there. But yeah, that's a lot of damage. Is that... Oh, I have to double check, but that might be the magic weapon that does the most damage in the game, reliably. It's +3 great axe that does an additional 3d12 force damage each time it's hit there. It's quite a lot. No weapons jumping out at me that does that much bonus damage consistently anyway. Like, oof, that's a lot of damage. Like, there's a Vorpal, right? But that only happens on a crit. This is every hit. Oh my goodness. Alright. There's an artifact though, so good luck finding that. But hey, if you do, my god, watch out. Give it to your fighter, off you go. It's a lot of attacks. Alright, next we have Armor of Safeguarding. This is heavy armor, very rare, requires attunement. Set in the center of the armor's chest is a citrine engraved with the shield rune. You'll notice a rune theme here throughout these giant magic items. While wearing this armor, you hit point maximum increases by an amount equal to 10 plus your level. That's cute. Armor gives you hit points. Sure. Invoke the rune. As an action, you can invoke the armor's rune to cast the Beacon of Hope spell with it. The spell has a duration of 1 minute. It doesn't require concentration. Once the rune has been invoked, it can't be invoked again until next dawn. Oh, that's cute. See the Beacon of Hope spell, which I believe it's maximum healing. Each target has advantage on wisdom saving throws and death saving throws and regains the maximum number of hit points possible from healing. That's cute. It's a minute duration little buff spell there. Normally concentration with this armor is no concentration, so that's always nice. Having, hey, a free spell. No concentration. Perfect. And increase your hit points there. So that's quite a cute little effect. Is it worth the achievement slot? I don't know. Maybe? So, there's no bonuses to AC or this armor though. So probably not, but that's pretty good powerful effect. That was per day. Free concentration free spell. Always nice. Alright, it's armor of safeguarding. Alright, now we have the artifact for the man himself. Bigby's Beneficent Bracelet. A wondrous item artifact requires attunement. This gorgeous jewelry piece, crafted by the wizard Bigby himself, consists of 4 gold rings attached via delicate chains to a wrist cuff, studded with sapphires and diamonds. Random properties. This bracelet has the following random properties. Do by rolling the appropriate table of Dungeon Master's Guide. 1 minor beneficial property, 1 major beneficial property, and 1 minor detrimental property. Dexterous fingers. While wearing the bracelet, you can cast Mage Hand. For sculpture, by focusing and channeling the bracelet's magic for 1 minute, you can create a spectral copy of a large or smaller non-magical object. The copy appears in an arc-grid space within 10 feet of you and is made of tangible but translucent force that mimics the size, weight, and other properties of the object it's copying. The copy must appear on a surface or liquid that can support it. Creatures can touch and interact with the copy as if it were a non-magical object. The copy is immune to all damage and can't be dispelled, but a disintegrate spell destroys it immediately. Otherwise, the copy disappears after 8 hours, or we can dismiss it as an action. The bracelet can create up to 3 copies and regains all expended uses at dawn. That's cool. I do like, adjusting the battlefield, creating objects and destroying objects and things. Like I made a magic item like this for the Dungeon Master Challenge, actually. We can a pocket pipe organ. We can throw a pipe organ out and turn into a life-size organ, which is a big heavy object you can use to block toolways and do shenanigans like that. Also much like the Creationist Bard, right? It can make make magic objects and things. So it can do something similar here, so that's always fun, just in the battlefield that way, creating instant cover, blocking doorways, blocking doors, that sort of thing. As well as, I guess, technically make, I don't know, actual use of the object, I suppose, or whatever. And also, a helpful hand. As an action, you can use the bracelet to cast Bigby's Hand, of course. At 9th level, woof, spell tech bonus plus 13. When you cast a spell this way, the spell doesn't require concentration. Oh, again, free concentration. And dishing out the free concentration, I guess it is an artifact. Man, oof. Alright. You can get a lot of spell effects going on here so far. Without needing concentration. Oh, super strong. Once the property is used, it can't be used again until next dawn. Oof. Variously, you could have this going and then cast Bigby's Hand. That's using your concentration, I guess? So you can have 2 Bigby's Hands out. I mean, it's a bit pointless because you don't have enough, bonus sections or whatever to use the hands, but, it's a fun idea. Bloodshed Blade. The blade. This is any kind of sword, weapon. Very rare, requires attunement. The hilt of the sword bears a carnelian engraved with the blood rune. You add your constitution modifier, minimum +1, to the damage rolls of attacks made with this weapon. Oh, that's interesting. Your high constitution, that's a lot of extra damage. Invoking the rune. When you target a creature with an attack using this weapon, you can invoke the sword's rune, causing it to flare with crimson light and infusing your attack with bloodthirsty precision. You then spend and roll 1 of your unspent hit die and add the number rolled to the attack roll. You can choose to invoke the rune after rolling the d20. So for Barbarian, it's a d12, just a wizard, d6. If the stack hits, you can also spend and roll any number of unspent hit die and add the total roll to the weapon's damage. Once this rune has been invoked, it can't be invoked again until the next dawn. Wow. Okay. That's a lot of damage. It's imagining it like mid to high tier. It's a lot of hit die, if you like, especially if you're playing like 1 fight a day, like this is the 1 fight today, or this is the boss. You know what? I'm pretty sure we've got a long rest after this. Let's go. hit them and spend all your hit die, especially when you get crit. Oh my goodness. Actually, yeah, we take a creature weapon, you can invoke your sword's rune. Yeah, so you can attack using this weapon, you can invoke sword's rune, causing flare of crimson light. You can then spend roll, spend hit die, add another roll to the attack roll. Invoke rune. You can choose to invoke the rune after rolling the d20. Oh, good. So you can, yeah, so you can choose to invoke after you roll d20. So you wait for that crit. You go, oh, I crit. I guess I'll invoke my rune now and roll double my hit dice at the enemy. Oh my goodness. That's a lot of damage. Whoosh. What an over that would be. One hit wonder. And until then, you're doing bonus damage. Probably what? +3 bonus damage. Realistically. Based on your constitution modifier on your hits. Which is okay. There's no bonus to a hit though. Like it's not a +3 weapon or anything like that. It's just a +0. So in that regards, it's, but I guess it was like, okay, I'm gonna, for this fight coming up, I will now tune this weapon so I can explode with a hit die at someone, and then I'll unattune it and swap something else in now, I suppose. Or use it some yeah, plot device or something like that. But yeah, something you want to use every day, but could be hilariously strong in the right situations. Just sacrificing a hit die to destroy my foe. Pretty cool. Looks like a lot of fun. Actually, there is a few, like the Bloodwell Vial, the sorcerer item. Yeah, you spend hit die, you can get sorcery points back. So, oh man, doing like a Hexblade sorcerer build. Hit with this. You got crit 19s as well. Like you crit, you spend hit die to do a bunch of Nova damage. Oh look, I just generate a bunch of sorcery points to, yeah, one hit of 5, but you know, that could be quite cute. Quite hilarious. Hilarious. Anyway. Crown of the Wrathbringer. Wondrous item, rare, requires attunement. This jagged iron circlet bears ornaments in the shape of the enemy rune. When worn, the crown glows with pale light as it draws upon the wearer's fury to strike opponents with vicious terror. When you make an attack roll against a creature and hit it, while wearing this crown, you can spend and roll one of your unspent hit die. Or another spending hit die ability. Oh, wonderful. The creature takes extra psychic damage equal to the number rolled. Just gonna eat away all your hit die, aren't you? But sure. So yeah, it's a consistent way of spending a hit die every time you hit. Sure, why not? Invoke the rune. As an action, you can invoke the crown's rune to cast the Fear spell, DC 15 with it. The spell has a duration of 1 minute and doesn't require concentration. Oh my goodness, another concentration-free spell. Oh my gosh. How did these giant empire ever fall? Like, these giants, they had concentration-free spells. So good. Once the rune has been invoked, it can't be invoked again until next dawn. Ha ha. Limitless spells. Another cute item there? Sure. They're, yeah, they're really mixed, because I guess they're playing around more hit die spending, and yeah, concentration-free spell effects is, I guess, the theme of the hour. We haven't done much of that really at all with these magic items, so sure. Why not? Why not? Interesting. Delver's Claws. A wondrous item, rare, requires attunement. The back of this weather-worn leather glove is adorned with 3 large metal hooks shaped like a mole's claws. Stitched to the glove's palm is the mountain rune. The glove is considered a simple melee weapon with the finesse and light properties, and it deals 1d4 slashing damage on a hit. Okay. Like a dagger. Yeah. While attuned to the glove, you gain a borrowing speed equal to your walking speed and blind sight to 15 feet. Oh, okay. Why 15 feet? That's a weird number choice. Oh, it's like 10 or 30. Now a 15-foot one. Sure. Invoking the rune. As an action, you can invoke the glove's rune to bolster yourself with the sturdiness of the earth. Spend and roll a number of unspent hit die. Here we go again. Up to a maximum equal to your proficiency bonus. You then regain a number of hit points equal to the total roll plus your constitution modifier. This rune has been invoked. Can't be invoked again until next dawn. So it's like an action short rest. The healing there. Oh, not quite as good. But yeah, well, you can spend your hit die for healing though. Oh, that's a nice change. Nice to mix it up. Supposed to spend your hit die to deal damage. Oh, we're spending the heal. Okay, sounds good. Begin treatment slot for what? Borrowing speed and blind sight, and you can actually heal yourself once a day. It's fine. Rare though. Like, sure, it's a fun item that's a bit unique. I'd give my players. I don't know if I consider it rare. Like, here you go, here's a rare item. Oh, okay. But it could be a fun one. See what the players do with. Nothing to write home about. Though I guess getting blind sight is not that many ways of doing it. So, it could be quite sneaky good at times. Blue Rune Pigment. It's a wondrous item, rare, no attunement required. This set of 1d4 plus 2 small paint pots contains pigment mixed with crushed luminescent gemstones. This magic paint bestows temporary magical gifts on creatures with runes drawn on their skin with this paint. That's like face paint. Woohoo! What fun. One paint pot contains enough pigment to paint one rune. The creature can spend 10 minutes to paint one of the following runes onto itself or another creature. So Journey Rune, difficult terrain, doesn't cost the painted creature extra movement. Okay. Life Rune, the painted creature gains 10 temporary hit points and has advantage on death saving throws. Light Rune, the painted creature gains dark vision to a range of 30 feet. If the painted creature already has dark vision from another source, the range of its dark vision increases by 30 feet. Why 30? Why not 60? Anyway. Mountain Rune, the painted creature is immune to being knocked prone and has advantage on strength and constitution saving throws. Constitution saving throws, nice. On this Warcaster feat, thank you. Shield Rune, the painted creature has advantage on dexterity saving throws against effects that deal damage. Okay. So most things then, I'm trying to think of a dexterity saving throw that doesn't deal damage. Yeah. Alright, it's a weird specification there. A creature can benefit from only one painted rune at a time, so a new rune painted on a creature has no effect unless the old one is removed first. The rune's benefits last for 8 hours or until the painted creature uses action to wipe away the rune. Cool. Again, concentration free little buffs you can paint out there. Oh no, each paint pot contains pigment for one rune. So it's one and done, each of these paint pots. Okay. So you use it up pretty quick. It's unlike the, was it Nozzler's magic pigments or whatever. Those other magic paints. Oh my gosh, they last forever, it feels like. Ridiculous Looney Tunes paints. These ones don't last as long. You'll eat through them pretty quick once you start using them. Yeah, fun. Harp of Gilded Plenty, a wondrous item, legendary, requires attunement. This golden harp, sculpted in the image of the god Elanus, depicted as a young cloud giant woman. When a creature comes within 5 feet of the harp, the instrument animates and is capable of speaking, singing, and playing by itself. Oh, wonderful. How adorable. Whenever you attempt to attune to the harp, you must first make either a DC 15 Charisma Performance check or DC 20 Charisma Persuasion check to convince the harp that you are worthy of tuning to the harp on a success. If you fail, you can't attempt to attune to the harp again until next dawn. Once you've successfully attuned to the harp resizes to suit you. That's always fun. And only need to pass it once and you're tuned and you're good to go. It's not, I've definitely encountered magic items like this in games. We have to do this every bloody day to keep the magic item, sentient magic item, happy. Ugh, otherwise it won't work for you. How rude. Or misbehaves. But yeah, one and done. Alright. Stalwart Song. Whenever you make a charisma check while tuned to the harp, you can treat a roll of 9 or lower on the die as a 10. Hold on. So from now on, once you tune to this harp, you get reliable talent for all charisma checks, which is a charisma check. So that means if you're, say, a bard, which you probably are, and charisma is your spellcasting modifier, so for counterspell, dispel magic, that's all. Can't roll lower than 9. Sorry, lower than 10. As well as, you know, persuasion, deception, all those other fun checks. Can't roll lower than 10. Okay. Amazing. Just that alone is worth the attunement. Oh my god. But wait, there's more. I guess this item is a legendary item. Feast of Plenty. If you spend 10 minutes playing the harp, you can cast a Hero's Feast spell from it. Once the property is used, it can't be used again until 1d10 plus 10 days have passed. Okay, that's a long time to wait. I wonder, I assume it, when it casts it, because it's such a long requirement there, comes back as free cast. Like, you don't have to, you know, it like absorbs a whole, like a very expensive bejeweled bowl or something like that. It's quite a decently expensive magical component there it consumes. So assuming that is why it's such a long to recast again. Could be wrong. Maybe you do still need to eat a bowl. Unclear. Otherwise, you know, it is still a level 6 spell, so hey, I'll take it. And it's quite a good one. Good when you generally at high level, you want a Hero's Feast in before going to a boss fight or something. It'll help you get around some nasty effects. Soothing Melody. As an action, you can use the harp to cast the Calm Emotion spell. Save DC 19. When the spell is cast using the harp, its duration increases to 1 hour. Provided you maintain concentration on the spell, this property can be used 5 times and regains all uses at dawn. So interesting. So you get to use the Calm Emotion spell, and it lasts, rather than the regular like 10 minutes, it can last an hour. You can keep it going for 5 hours. It's interesting. Keep things calm conversation. That's quite nice, because your calm emotions seemed a very restricted spell, because the duration, oh, so it's 1 minute duration. Oh my goodness. Yeah, you can't really do much for that. It's more of an instant in a fight kind of situation. They've kind of stretched it out so you can use it for a long social encounter or a party or something, you know. Keep things calm while we talk this out or whatever. Very nice. And of course, it's sentient. The harp is a sentient, chaotic good object with intelligence of 13, a wisdom score of 15, and charisma of 20. It has hearing and dark vision out to a range of 120 feet. The harp can speak, read, and understand common and giant. It can also communicate telepathically with a creature attuned to it. The harp has a dramatic and pompous personality, taking extreme pride in the quality of music produced from its strings. The harp is shorter than 6 feet tall. It bemoans its height. What fun. That's a cool magic item right there. There's an in-game goal magic item for a bard. Amazing. Really like that. Also, all the, there's a lot of good bardic instruments out there. Oh my goodness. But yeah, definitely a top competitor there, especially with the Stalwart Song ability built in there. Oh my goodness. Alright, now we have the Helm of Perfect Potential. A wondrous item artifact requires attunement. All the artifacts. The copper-hued helm contains a shard of the elemental chaos embedded in its forehead, surrounded by a motif of a rising sun. Legend says Anan fashioned this helm for his daughter, Castra, to hold the fragment of chaos she used to prove her worth to her father. Okay. Random properties. The helm has the following random properties determined by rolling on the appropriate table of the Dungeon Master's Guide. 2 minor beneficial properties, 1 major beneficial property, 1 minor detrimental property. Master of Guile. While wearing the helm, you have advantage on charisma, deception, and wisdom insight checks. All the advantage. Why not? Arrow of Elemental Havoc. As a bonus action while wearing the helm, you can launch a bolt of searing elemental energy toward a creature you can see within 90 feet of yourself. The target must make a DC 20 dexterity saving throw. On a failed save, the creature takes 46 acid, cold, fire, lightning, or thunder damage, your choice. On a successful save, the creature takes half as much damage. Spellcasting. The helm has 6 charges and regains 1d6 charges at dawn. As an action while wearing the helm, you can spend 1 or more of its charges to cast one of the following spells, DC 20. Elemental Weapon, 1 charge. Cool Lightning, 2 charges. Wall of Fire, 3 charges. Conjure Elemental, 4 charges. Tsunami, 5 charges. Elemental themed. Sure, why not? Why not? Well, that's a magic helm, alright. Okay. Lash of Immolation. The hand, so there's a weapon whip, a magic whip. There are many magic whips in the game. It's a rare item. No achievement required. Wonderful. The handle, this dark leather whip bears the fire rune and embers dance around the whip's tail. You gain a +1 bonus to attack and damage rolls made with this weapon, and on a hit the whip deals an extra 1d6 fire damage. When you score a critical hit with this weapon using the whip, target also has a restrain condition until the start of your next turn as a fiery bands lash around the target. What? So you get all of that on a non-attunement magic weapon? Oh my goodness. Hold on. So for no attunement, you got a +1 magic weapon that also does an extra d6 damage. And as a bonus effect of restraining someone when you critical hit them. What? It's really good. No attunement. But wait, there's also invoking the rune. When you make an attack with the whip and hit, you can use your reaction to invoke the whip's rune. Doing so increases the extra fire damage dealt by the whip to 2d6. Once the rune has been invoked, it can't be invoked again until next dawn. Okay. Hold on. So once a day when you hit someone with the whip, you can choose to use your reaction to add an extra d6 damage. Just extra fire damage dealt by what? 2d6. Okay. Why bother? Okay, sure. X is there, so if you crit, you can also use your reaction to add 4d6 fire damage, I suppose. Or if you feel like, yeah, just need to do a little bit more. Yeah, it's a lot of text just to say once a day you can do extra 1d6 fire damage. What do you do a day? But hey, it's no attunement magic whip. Sweet. Perfect. I'll take it. And yeah, okay. Well, no attunement, perfect, amazing. I will say there, because normally you can get the +3 weapons, you know, +3 bonuses and whatnot, damage and attack, no attunement. But as soon as you normally add an extra effect, like extra damage and critical hit thing, that's going to use it. Suddenly becomes attunement, but it gets all that and no attunement. So, oh damn. All right, and it's a whip, which is quite a unique thing to use. You'll be able to extra reach there. It's a finesse weapon, so a rogue could use it for sneak attack. That whip. Yeah, perfect. Longbow of the Healing Hearth. This is a weapon longbow legendary, requires attunement. The ivory longbow is inscribed with a prayer to the god Hyattia, the runes of which are entwined with gilded engravings of wheat stalks and deer antlers. You gain a +3 bonus to attack and damage rolls made with the weapon. If you load no ammunition into the weapon, it produces its own, automatically creating 1 magic arrow. When you pull back the string, the arrow created by the bow vanishes the instant after it hits or misses a target. The bow has 8 charges for the following properties, which you can use while you wield the bow. The bow regains 1d4 +1 charges daily at dawn. Curative Arrow. When you take the attack action using the bow, you can expend 1 charge to replace one of your attacks with a blazing arrow of curative magic, which automatically hits 1 creature you can see within 150 feet of you, and the target can then immediately spend and roll one of its unspent hit die and regain a number of hit points equal to the roll plus your wisdom modifier, minimum of +1. If the target has no unspent hit die remaining, nothing happens. You can use a curative arrow only once per turn. Hold on, so you can shoot your friends to heal them with your longbow. It's ridiculous. Hey, get up! Wah, wah! Get some healing in you. Just you sacrifice one of my precious attacks to heal you. It's quite efficient because, yeah, rather than spending a whole bonus action to healing word or whatever, you can just sacrifice, say you got multi-attack, you know, one of your attacks and still do other attacks to heal, like a mercy monk or something. So yeah, that's a nice feature to have. But otherwise, it's a +3 longbow. Oh, but also has spellcasting. Well, you hold the bow You can use an action to spend one or more of its charges to cast one of the following spells from it. DC 18. Create Food and Water. Warding Bond? Oh, that's quite neat. I do like Warding Bond. I feel like Warding Bond does not get used enough. I think it's a really good spell. And Guardian of Faith. Alright, there's some cute spells there. So this is a legendary bow. Yeah, I guess. I don't know if I call it legendary. Feels more like a rare or very rare bow, as opposed to a legendary bow. But yeah, some cute effects there. Longbow, the Healing Hearth. Cool. Lucent Destroyer. Weapon Musket. A giant musket, alright. Very rare, requires attunement. This magic weapon is a triple-barreled bronze musket. Getting +1 bonus to attack and damage rolls made with it. It requires no ammunition. Its damage is radiant instead of piercing, and doesn't have the loading property. The base of the weapon is emblazoned with the light rune. It's like a laser gun. This is a friggin' steampunk laser gun made by giants. Okay. Additionally, while attuned to the weapon, you can cast dancing lights from the musket as well at will. Great. Little lights appear from it. Otherwise, invoke the rune. As an action, you can invoke the weapon's rune to cast a sunbeam spell. It's a laser cannon. Orbital laser. Let's go. Woo. DC 17. With it, once the rune has been invoked, you can't be invoked again until next dawn. Oh my goodness. It's a radiant laser gun. Sure, why not? Mistral Mantle. Wondrous item, very rare, requires attunement. A thick Furline Cloak has the frost rune stitched on the hem in silvery blue thread. Frigid wind swirls around the cloak regardless of the weather. You always got that building cloak look. Perfect for photo ops. Very important for aesthetic purposes. While wearing this cloak, you have resistance to cold damage. Additionally, when you move within 5 feet of a creature, you can cause the cloak's cold wind to buffet the creature. The creature must succeed on a DC 14 dexterity saving throw or take 1d6 cold damage and have the prone condition. Rude. Creature can't be affected by this mantle only. Creature can be affected by this mantle only once per turn. Move within 5 feet of a creature. Cool. So you can just run past a bunch of creatures in theory. Say you manage to disengage and you run past a bunch of creatures. They all do a saving throw or take d6 cold damage and full prone. That could be quite hilarious if you've got fast movement speed. You just run a bunch of enemies and they all make saves. A bunch of them fall over because eventually some will fail. Quite humorous. What a silly item. And yeah, resistance to cold damage. Nice add too. Never gonna say no to that. But wait, there's more. You can invoke the rune. Of course. As an action, you can invoke the mantle's rune to cast a Sleet Storm spell, DC 14, with it. Oh my gosh, Sleet Storm's amazing. A Sleet Storm's another, I feel like, underrated spell. So you create basically a storm in an area that is heavy obscurement, so enemies can't see through it. Even with true sight, you're stuck in the storm. Can't see the damn storm. It's difficult terrain. You're doing deck saves constantly, not fall over. There's massive areas, huge area effect spell, where basically no one can see anything. It's really hard to get out of this bloody storm. And also you do constantly do saving throws against spell concentrations as well. Just absolute nightmare. It's basically enemies' own recourses to go, man, I hope I got Dimension Door because I gotta get out of the storm. This is a nightmare. Absolutely just disperses enemy forces. It's very frustrating. It can be frustrating for your friends too, though, your allies who are just like, we want to attack those people. Now they're stuck in the storm. That's annoying. So generally you want to target a group of enemies off to the side and then leave some enemies out of it for your friends to fight or something. But yeah, it is quite a good area control spell. Now when you use this mantle to cast a spell, the area of effect isn't difficult terrain for you. Oh, so you can run to the storm full speed, no worries. And you can see through the storm, ignoring the normal penalties of heavy obscurement area. Wow, so you can actually see all the enemies in that storm and target them. They can't target you, they can't do anything. So if you're attacking them, they're sort of with advantage, because they can't see you, you can see them. You can still throw spells at there, you can see what's going on, you can counterspell the dimensional to escape the storm. Oh my goodness, that is really good. Once the rune's been invoked, it can't be invoked again until next dawn. Thank goodness. So once a day, win an encounter, I guess. Just, I guess we win this one, guys. It's really good. My goodness. It's like the, the classic Warlock darkness with Devil Sight. So enemies in darkness, they can't see you, can see them with the Devil Sight invocation. Target everything at advantage. They can't do it. They can't see the other darkness. But this Sleet Storm is even, seeing through magical darkness doesn't help you here. True Sight does not help you here. Only Blind Sight would help you here, which is rarer. And it's hard to get out. It's difficult terrain. You're doing dex saves or full prone, which is half a minute to stand up again. So with your turns, it's just an absolute nightmare. So it keeps the enemies in the storm and they can't see, but you can. You can ignore difficult terrain and you can see them, which is hilarious. So that with also just running around doing free damage and prone condition and resist to cold damage. What an amazing magic item. This is very rare. Okay. Sure. Oh, that should be legendary. This is ridiculous. What a ridiculous magic item. Hilarious. I want it to play with the game. I don't think I'll let my players have it. I feel I get too annoyed at them constantly doing this to me. Oh my goodness. At least the DC on the thing is quite low, but that DC is that saving throws will be happening a lot, and enemies will eventually fail. Wow. Mistral Mantle. Okay. Nimbus Coronet. Wondrous item, very rare, requires attunement. Design of this bronze circlet resembles swirling clouds, as at its center is set a deep blue stone upon which is inscribed a cloud rune. While wearing this circlet, you take no damage from falling. Additionally, as a bonus action, you and everything you are wearing or carrying can teleport to unoccupied space. You can see within 15 feet of yourself, reappearing in a puff of shimmering clouds. Oh, that's nice. Invoked Rune. As an action, you can invoke Circlet's Rune to assume a cloud-like form. Form lasts for 1 minute, or until you're incapacitated, or until you dismiss it. No action required. While in cloud form, you have a flying speed of 60 feet, and resistance to bludgeoning, piercing, and slashing damage. Yay, lots of runes been invoked. Can't be invoked again until next dawn. Oh, nice. Yeah, it's quite a good one too, actually. So the falling thing, that's cute. It might come up, probably not. And you get a little bonus action Misty Step, which is pretty cool. This is a bonus action. You can do everything you're wearing, carrying, teleport. You have to do Misty Step. They can't be counterspelled or anything. And it's constant, it's forever. You can spam that. Alright, sweet. Yeah, it's pretty good actually. Very nifty. And then you got this, like to rage, I guess. I like to be able to fly and not magically, and have resist all the common damages, please. The next minute, perfect. Yeah. Oh, okay. Yeah. What a great item. Orb of Sclerosis. Wondrous item, legendary, requires attunement by a spellcaster. Said to be infused with the wisdom and power of the god Sclerosis. The Polystone Orb is veined with iridescent crystal that seems to glow from within. The orb is 8 inches in diameter and weighs 8 pounds, making it a palm-sized trinket for a stone giant, but a more unwieldy item for a medium creature to use. While holding this orb, you can use it as a spellcasting focus for your spells. You also gain the following benefits. Abundant components. The orb has 3 charges and regains all expend uses at dawn. When you cast a spell while holding the orb, you can expend up 3 charges to ignore the spell's material components with a gold piece cost, up to 300 GP per charge expended. Yay, mini saving item. Astute Mind, you gain +2 bonus to any constitution saving throw you make to maintain your concentration on a spell. Okay. Divine Sight, you can see normally in darkness, both magical and non-magical, to a distance of 120 feet. That's cute. Legendary, I guess it's kind of, I think of the ruby in Fizzband that saved you money. It also gave you any spell you like on the spell list. There's a legendary item there, so it's hard to compete with that. But yeah, it's okay. Prehistoric figures of wondrous power. Larger and more roughly hewn than typical figurines of wondrous power, these statuettes depict dinosaurs and related creatures from the earliest days of the world. As an action, you can throw a prehistoric figurine of wondrous power to a point on the ground within 60 feet of yourself while speaking a command word, whereupon the figurine magically transforms into a living creature, but the space where the creature would appear is occupied by other creatures or objects, or if there is enough space for the creature, the figurine doesn't become a creature. Aww. The creature is friendly to you and your companions, it understands your languages and obeys your spoken commands. If you issue no commands, the creature defends itself or takes no other actions. See the monster manual for the creature's statistics. The creature exists for duration specific to each figurine. At the end of the duration, the creature reverts to its statuette form. It reverts to a figurine early if it drops to 0 hit points, or if you're using action to speak the command word again while touching it. When a creature becomes a figurine again, its property can't be used again until a certain amount of time has passed, as specified by the figurine description. So I wonder with the command word, so if you yell this command word out, summon this creature, if an enemy hears you say that command word, could they walk up to the creature and touch it, say that same command word back, and it just undoes it, turns back into a figurine again, and they pick it up and go, oh, I've got my own figurine, cheers, and run off with it? Is that how it works? It's not a tube or anything, so it was one of those weird ones. It'll be quite funny when used against intelligent opponents. Carnelian Triceratops, very rare. This figurine becomes a Triceratops for up to 6 hours and can be ridden as a mount. Once it's being used, it can't be used again until 10 days have passed. Jasper Tyrannosaurus Rex, legendary. This figurine, crafted from the rare green Jasper, becomes a Tyrannosaurus Rex for up to 1 hour. Once it has been used, it can't be used again until 14 days have passed, 2 whole weeks. Whenever you command the figurine while it's a Tyrannosaurus Rex form, including commanding it to revert to figurine form, you must roll a d20 on a 1. You lose control of the figurine and becomes hostile to you and your companions until it is reduced to 0 hit points, at which point it reverts to figurine form. How annoying. Canite Pteranodon? God. Figurine becomes a Pteranodon for up to 8 hours. If your size is medium or smaller, you can ride the Pteranodon as a mount. Once it is used, it can be used again until 7 days have passed. A period of, Plesiosaurus. The figurine becomes a Plesiosaurus for up to 12 hours and can be ridden as a mount. Once it's being used, it can't be used again until 4 days have passed. While you're riding the Plesiosaurus, you can use it to cast water breathing at will. Huzzah! For underwater hijink adventures there. And there's a very adorable artwork for the dinosaur figurines of Wondrous Power. Hilarious. I'm sure someone had a lot of fun designing those. Reaper's Scream. Weapon Morningstar. Ooh, Morningstar in a while. Legendary, requires attunement. The spikes of this iron Morningstar glow with sickly pale light. The death rune is inscribed on its shaft and inlaid with pearl. You gain a +2 bonus to attack and damage rolls made with this weapon, and attacks with this weapon deal necrotic damage instead of piercing damage. It's a legendary weapon. Why not make it +3? Come on. Come on. Why +2? This is a top shelf item here. When you attack a creature with this weapon and roll a 20 on the attack roll, you gain 10 temporary hit points. Any creature that hits you with a melee attack while you have 1 or more of these temporary hit points takes 10 necrotic damage. Hey, it's like a mini Armor of Agathis. Again, it's a legendary item here. This is top shelf. I assume you're getting this at high level. 10 temporary hit points is not much, and 10 damage is not much. It's going to last you 1 time. I feel like it could be bigger. Come on. Invoke the Rune. As a bonus action, you can invoke the weapon's rune, unleashing the screams of every creature slain by this weapon in one cacophonous burst. Each creature of your choice within 60 feet of you must succeed on a DC 15 Wisdom saving throw or have the stun condition until the start of your next turn. Oh. Once the rune's been invoked, it can't be invoked again until next dawn. So you got a bonus action AoE stun effect, like a banshee or something. And a whale. And hey, some people are going to fail that save. It's only DC 15, but yeah, some people probably fail and they are wrecked. So start your next turn. So they're stunned. They're going to lose a whole turn. Everyone's going to wail on them. Bad news bears for them. Okay, that's quite strong. That's quite strong having a little free Banshee wail there. It's a bonus action. This stuff is good. I mean, if like mid-tier, this is great. Just thinking legendary is kind of very high tier, generally speaking. And I feel like by then it's aged out a little bit. Like, I feel like this number should be a bit higher. But there we go. Reaper's Scream. Fun. For the whole family. Or something. Ring of Amity. Ring, very rare, requires attunement. This ring is carved from hematite and bears engraving of the friend rune. While you're first attuned to this ring, you can touch one willing creature and form a magical bond between the two of you. While this bond lasts, whenever you are subject to a spell or magical effect that restores hit points, the bonded creature also receives the benefits of the spell or effect. You can bond with, so you're like a life cleric. Didn't life clerics get that already? Like at some point? But yeah, sure. You can bond with a different creature whenever you finish a long rest, provided that you can touch the creature and the creature is willing. The creature can benefit from only one ring of amity's bond at a time. The bond ends if either you or the creature travels to a different plane of existence, if you bond with a different creature at the end of a long rest, or if you sever the bond as a bonus action. Alright. Invoking the rune. When the bonded creature hits a target with an attack roll, you can use your reaction to invoke the ring's rune. If you are within 60 feet of the bonded creature's attack is then turned into a critical hit. Oh my goodness, once the rune has been invoked, it can't be invoked again until next dawn. Oh my goodness, so you can set this up. Again, it could be one of those cases where we're tuning on for this upcoming, just this one upcoming fight, use the effect and get rid of it. And tune something else back in. Where, yeah, you bond with a creature and have a critical hit. Hey, rogue, have a critical hit. Hey, person using that Bloodshed Blade, have a critical hit. Spin all those hit die now. Go, go, go. Yeah, a pocket critical is very strong. Just having that ready to go. Oh my goodness. Alright. Until then, yeah, sharing healing is not bad either, honestly. Because it could be someone else healing one of you. You get the healing on the other one too. So, yeah, alright. Sure. Not too shabby. Sanctum Amulet. Wondrous item, very rare, requires attunement. A black opal pendant hangs at the base of this perilous chain. The sacred rune is inscribed on the back of the pendant. While wearing this item, you have resistance to necrotic damage. Additionally, you can cast a Spare the Dying cantrip using either an action or a bonus action. Invoking the rune. When a creature you can see within 60 feet of you is reduced to 0 hit points as a result of taking damage, you can use your reaction to invoke the item's rune, causing the pendant to flash with pale light. The creature then instead drops to 1 hit point. Once the rune has been invoked, it can't be invoked again until next dawn. So it's like a free reactionary death ward on a teammate there. I wonder if you're using yourself. Are you a creature you can see within 60 feet? And you see yourself be reduced to 0 hit points? Can you use your reaction to give yourself 1? No, maybe. Stick with your DM, I guess. But hey, free and having the necrotic damage resistance built in there, and that's a bit of dying, sure, whatever. But we got necrotic resistance, and yeah, once a day reaction to no. They're on 1 hit point. Could be quite clutch at times. Yes, attunement. I don't know if the whole thing's with attunement though, because it definitely if you, well, I guess it depends on where in the campaign you are. If you're quite late in the campaign, but like, oh, it's good, but is it worth the attunements at this point? Yeah, fun little item there. Sacred shield, sorry, shield of the blazing dreadnought. Armor, shield, legendary shield, in fact, requires attunement. Modeled after the formidable spiked tower shield wielded by some fire giants. Oh, this iron shield emanates a constant warmth. You can use a bonus action to activate the shield, causing glowing lava to flow through the shield's grooves for 1 minute. While the shield is active, you get the following benefits. Oh, Blazing Soul, you have immunity to fire damage. Oh, not just resistance, full-on immunity. Now we're talking. This is legendary. Here we go. Immunity to whole damage type. Amazing. Cleansing Fire. As an action, you can cause the shield to flare with the Cleansing Fire of the God Surtur. Choose one creature you can see within 30 feet of yourself. You can choose yourself, one disease or condition of your choice. Affecting this creature ends immediately. The condition can be blinded, charmed, deafened, or poisoned. You burn it from them. Cleansing Fire. Shield Bash. When you take the attack action on your turn, you can replace one of your attacks with a Shield Bash. Targeting one creature you can see within 5 feet of yourself. The target must make a strength saving throw. DC equals 8 plus your proficiency bonus plus your strength modifier. On a failed save, the target takes 3d6 bludgeoning damage plus 3d6 fire damage and is not prone. On a successful save, the creature takes half as much damage only. You can use Shield Bash only once per turn. Once the shield has been activated, it can't be activated again until next dawn. So, okay, so once it's activated, so once a day activation. So that means when you activate it, you gain all the benefits. So when you shields activate it, the rune, and then you get the blazing soul, you get the cleansing fire, and you get shield bash. And once that minute's up, the rest of the day, it's just a regular old shield, doesn't do anything. Could you get a +1 bonus or something, +2 even. So again, it's going to be one of the ones you use it for one fight and go, all right, and I'm going to put this in the backpack for like a different plus shield or something, because I've already used my shield today. You would have thought it had some kind of ongoing benefit that was separate from the 1 minute activated ability benefit, but I guess not. But hey, that 1 minute activation will during that 1 minute. It's pretty good. Immune to fire. You can end some conditions there, but shield bash, so you can spend one of your attacks to actually do quite a bit of damage, knock them prone and deal 66 damage. Okay, well, half as they say, sure, not too shabby. All right, Staff of the Rooted Hills. It's a staff rare, requires attunement. The hill rune is carved into the gnarled wooden staff. The staff magically resizes to match the height of any creature that attunes to it. The staff can be wielded as a magic quarterstaff that grants a +1 bonus to attack and damage rolls made with it. The first time you hit a creature with a staff on your turn, the creature must succeed on a DC 12 strength saving throw or be restrained by spectral vines until the start of your next turn. This is the first time you hit a creature. Oh, so every turn you just spam this as, hey, by the way, hit a staff, give me another saving throw. Next turn, hey, hit your staff, give me a saving throw. So it's just an ongoing effect it does. That's quite annoying. Wonderful. Invoking the rune. As an action, you can invoke the staff's rune to cast either Whole Person, DC 12, or Speak with Plants with the staff. You can cast Whole Person using the staff. The target is Rest in Spectral Vines. Once the rune has been invoked, to cast either spell, it can't be invoked again until next dawn. Very low DC there, isn't it? But I guess if it's such spammable with this effect, it's probably good better that it's low, because oh my goodness. Sure. By the way, there's a +1 magic staff. Alright. Attunement. Alright. I guess, yeah, spamming saving throws can be quite sneaky good. People want a legendary save out of that. Stonebreaker's Breastplate. Armor, Breastplate, Legendary. Requires attunement. Well, Legendary Breastplate. Okay. This breastplate is made from marbled granite. Though it feels no heavier than a typical metal breastplate, its chest is emblazoned with the stone rune. Druids rejoice. Hey druids, get this. This is not a non-metal breastplate. Hot damn. While wearing this breastplate, you have resistance to bludgeoning, piercing, and slash damage, and immune to being knocked prone. Amazing. So you're a barbarian now, always, and you're immune to being knocked prone. Wonderful. Invoking the rune is an action. You can invoke the breastplate's rune to cast Wall of Stone spell, DC 14. With it, when you cast a spell in this way, you have advantage on saving throws made to maintain concentration on the spell. Once the rune has been invoked, it can't be invoked again until next dawn. Wonderful. What a great little armor piece there. No bonus to AC though. It's unfortunate, but hey, you're taking half damage. The most common damage sources, so, you know, take it. Cool. Stonebreaker's Breastplate. Legendary. Thunderbuss. It's a weapon, pistol, very rare. The magic ranged weapon is a flared pistol with the storm rune engraved along the barrel. You get a +1 bonus to attack and damage rolls made with it. It requires no ammunition. Its damage is stunned instead of piercing, and it doesn't have the loading property. Invoking the rune. As a bonus action, you can invoke the weapon's rune to launch a ball of energy to a point you can see within 30 feet of yourself. The energy then detonates into a 10-foot radius sphere of turbulent wind and thunder centered on that point. And each creature in that sphere must make a DC 14 Constitution saving throw. On a failed save, a creature takes 3d6 thunder damage, and it can't take reactions until the end of your next turn. On a successful save, the creature takes half as much damage only. Once the rune has been invoked, it can't be invoked again until next dawn. There's a non-attunement magic gun there. Warhorn of Valor. Wondrous item rare, no attunement. The brass Warhorn is engraved with the War rune, which glows purple with the horn when the horn is blown. You can blow this horn As a bonus action, when you do, if you're at a frightening condition, you immediately end that condition yourself. You also have advantage on saving throws against being frightened until the start of your next turn. Yay. Take that, Draconic Majesty. Invoking the rune. When you blow the horn, you can also invoke the rune, imbuing the horn's deep call with protective magic that affects your creatures of your choice within 30 feet of yourself. You and all affected creatures gain a +1 bonus to AC until the start of your next turn. Once runes being invoked, can't invoke again next dawn. So, hold on, you go to the effort, it's a rare magic item, you spend your, when you blow the horn, so it's a, when you blow the horn, so you can blow the horn as a bonus action. So the bonus action, you can, in front on your own yourself, your rest of your friends get stuffed. Helps you, yeah, weirdly, I don't know why you think the horn, when you blow the horn, help your mates too, but no, just you. And you can choose to invoke the rune and give you and everyone else +1 bonus AC until the start of your next turn. So 1 round of extra AC. Just one. I mean, he's a bit stingy, honestly. Sure. I guess it's not an achievement, so okay. Wayfarer's Boots. Bonus item rare, requires achievement. This pair of boots is made of durable cloth with the journey rune stitched in golden thread above each heel. While you're wearing this item, your walking speed increased by 10 feet, and you have advantage on wisdom survival checks. Invoking the runes as a bonus action, you can invoke the runes to cast the boots runes to cast the Expeditious Retreat spell, which allows you the bonus action move. Once the runes have been invoked, you can't be invoked again until next dawn. And that will use your concentration as well. So yeah, basically it's the boots of like movement. Well, I've got a lot of movement for you. So constant benefit of extra 10 feet of movement, and you can invoke the rune, you have a bonus action move as well. Again, I don't know, is achievement worth it for the extra movement? Depends what you're trying to do, but probably not. Worm Reaver Gauntlets. Wondrous item, very rare, requires achievement. Originally crafted for ground-bound giant brawlers to fight against dragons and other enormous predators of the sky. These studded gauntlets are engraved with the dragon rune. While you're wearing these gauntlets, your unarmed strikes deal an additional 1d6 force damage on a hit. Go monks, go! Get this. It's extra d6 in all your attacks, all your mini attacks. Additionally, when you finish a long rest, choose one of the following damage types: acid, cold, fire, lightning, or poison. You have resistance to the chosen damage type until you finish a long rest. Yay, free damage resistance. Invoking the runes. As a bonus action, you can invoke the gauntlets runes and summon 2 enormous spectral fists to envelop the gauntlets and mimic your hand motions. The fists can also launch themselves to strike distant opponents, returning immediately to your space after your hit or miss. The fists last for 1 minute, or until you are incapacitated. While spectral fists are active, unarmed strikes you make on your turn have a reach of 30 feet. And when you hit a creature with an opportunity attack made with your unarmed strike, the creature must succeed on a strength saving throw or hit the prone condition. Okay. Once the runes have been invoked, they can't be invoked until next dawn. So once a day, you get 30-foot reach, and your opportunity attacks knock people prone. If somehow the creature got up to you and left your reach. Oh, make your on your turn. Yeah, because your reach is only increased 30 feet on your turn. So opportunity attack would be so a creature would get close to you and leave your range or something like that. The trigger opportunity attack or what have you. Or you have another method of triggering opportunity attacks to potentially knock it prone. So it's its turn, so it's not prone. Just spend half its movement, stand back up, and use remaining movement to keep going after that. Just mildly annoying, I suppose. But yeah, the range hits. Sure. I mean, I figured most flying creatures and dragons are probably further away than that because they got decent range on their best weapon. Why would you ever get that close to the ground? Why would you ever do that to yourself, dragon? But sure, there's an option there. And hey, extra damage on all your hits, not bad. And a free damage resistance, not bad at all. No bonus to hit though. Unfortunately, on this very, very rare gauntlets. You think it'll be a +1, +2, +3. Nope, none of that. Oh well. Zephyr Armor. It's the final major item. Here we go. Is it a light armor? Oh, rare. Requires achievement light armor. Okay. many rare magical items, do they? The fine set of white and silver armor bears the wind rune on its chest. While wearing this armor, you have advantage on dexterity acrobatics checks and dexterity saving throws, as your movements are bolstered by gentle currents of wind. That's cute. I'm sure rogues love it. No one likes being a rogue that fails at their deck stuff. Like, oh, that's embarrassing. Invoking the rune. As an action, you can invoke the armor's rune to cast the Wind Wall spell, DC 14 with it. Once the rune's been invoked, it can't be invoked again until next dawn, which is, he basically makes, strength saving throws, takes some damage, makes difficult to move to you, like range things don't work against so great against you. Yeah, alright. This is a windy magic item. And this will be your concentration as well. Okay. Again, you're not getting bonuses to your AC here though, for this rare attunement magic armor. So, yeah, it's cute effects here, but ultimately you want your armor to make you harder to hit. That's why you're wearing armor in the first place, aren't you? Okay, so let's have a rare magic armor option here. And that's it. That's all 20 odd magic items that's in this book. And this concludes all the player options in this book. The one subclass, you got the 8 feats, you got the 2 backgrounds, and you got the 20 odd magic items. There we go. All the rest are, you know, giants and giant creature like stat blocks and lore. Fun. It's often a good read. Like, this is the same team who just did the Fizzbands book. I actually really enjoyed reading that one. With dragon lore and stuff. So I'm really looking forward to reading all the giant lore and here, getting inspired. I'm very confident it'll be quite a good read here. So I'm looking forward to reading that probably this weekend. Have a sit down, have a good old read through this. And yeah, I'll let you know what I think. Alright. If you haven't already, consider subscribing to the channel. Really helps the channel grow. We're getting so close to 700 subscribers. I'm really loving to see that number ticking on up. You know, it really helps the channel grow and, you know, lets me keep making these videos. Woohoo! Alright, until next time, I'm Brad Thompson. This has been Cutting Words. Happy gaming, and see ya.